Hi guys, it's me again, Josh, and welcome back to another video for Pitch Exotics. So today, pag-uusapan natin, ano ba yung mga possible reasons bakit nag-feeding strike or nagre-refuse ng pagkain ng alaga mo? I'm referring to snakes in this video. Most especially ball python owners. So alam natin yung frustration, yung stress and anxiety kapag nagre-refuse ng feeding yung alaga nating ahas, lalo na if they haven't eaten for months. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. So, nag-refuse na naman ng pagkain yung alaga mong ahas. Before you panic or force feed, tapusin mo muna sana tong video na to. So, other keepers will advise you na normal lang yan, samantalang other keepers will say na nagiging maarte lang yung ahas mo. I'm here to tell you all the possible reasons kung bakit nagre-refuse ng feeding yung alaga mo. And at the end of this video, I will share with you ano yung mga possible changes na pwede mong gawin so hopefully they will eat again. So, off-feeding or yung pagtanggi ng pagkain. This is possibly one of the most stressful problems kapag nag-aalaga ka ng pet snake. Whether you keep ball pythons, corn snakes, or other types of colubrids. Feeding refusal is something almost every keeper will experience at some point. But the important thing is, hindi lahat ng refused meal is an emergency. Alika, pag-usapan natin. So snakes, unlike mammals, katulad na maaalaga nating aso o pusa, hindi naman kasi nila kailangan kumain araw-araw. Their metabolism is much slower compared to mammals. And nagdedepende din yan sa species, sa age, at sa panahon or season. Idamay mo pa yung body condition and environment. So, sometimes, you can argue na refusal of a meal can be normal. But if refusal keeps happening o talagang nag-off-feed siya for a long period now, then your job as a keeper is wag mag-panic. Ang trabaho mo is to investigate bakit siya nagre-refuse. So, andito na tayo sa part 1. Why snakes refuse food? Ang feeding response kasi ng ahas, it's more than just hunger. So, kung sa wild, snakes don't just eat dahil gutom sila. They eat when their body decides na it's safe enough to hunt, digest, and eat their food. That means na in captivity, a snake may refuse its food if they are feeling stressed, exposed, masyadong mainit, masyadong malamig, insecure sila, or kadalasan baka in shed, or yung tinatawag natin na blue face, nasa breeding mode sila, or baka naman may nararamdaman sila or they are physically unwell. Mahirap kasi makita para sa ating mga keepers kung may sakit ang reptile. Usually magaling talaga sila magtago ng sakit. So, kung sakaling maisip mo, andyan na yung pagkain mo, bakit di mo patukain? The answer, probably because inuunan ng pet snake mo yung survival over food. If pakiramdam nila unsafe sila dun sa environment or may something biologically wrong, then for them, feeding becomes less important. Basically, may nagsha-shutdown sa utak nila and sinasabing, hindi ito yung oras para kumain. So, part 2, discuss natin more in-depth. Ano ba yung mga rason bakit nagsiskip ng meals yung ahas mo? Number 1, most common is pre-shedding sila. Alam mo naman na siguro kung anong itsura nila pag pre-shedding. Pero just in case this is your first time owning a snake and hindi pa nagsha-shed yung alaga mo with you, then pre-shedding is something na pagdadaanan nyo ng alaga nyo as they grow older. Medyo nagiging cloudy yung mata nila. So, isipin nyo para silang may katarata. Pero don't worry, mawawala din yan. Tapos, yung kulay nila, mapapansin nyo, mas nagda-dull. Magiging mas sensitive din yan. Ayaw niya magpapahawak, mas magtatago, kasi medyo insecure sila. The reason because yung mata nila, gawa nga ng medyo malabo yung vision nila. Ayaw nila masyadong maglalalabas. Though, some snakes will still eat kahit na pre-shedding sila or nasa deep blue face sila. Depende pa rin yan sa personality ng snake nyo. Pero know na this is one of the most common reasons why snake refuse food. Next is seasonal changes. So, although sa atin, dadalawa lang naman yung season natin, tag-ulan at tag-init. This can also include yung temperature rises, humidity, yung air pressure, or baka nagsesalan sila kasi biglang masyadong mainit o masyadong malamig para sa pakiramdam nila. Also, add ko lang na it's common for us here in the Philippines na hindi na natin sila binibigyan ng heating and lighting. Kasi ang ball pythons, yung natural ambient temperature nila, dito sa Pinas, perfect na. Unless you live in a colder area sa Pilipinas like Baguio. Then, kailangan mong alamin yun. So, for example, kapag tag-ulan, mas mataas yung humidity natin. Pagka nag-aircon ka naman, syempre, bababa rin yung ambient temperature sa loob ng enclosure ng alaga mo. And for some species, katulad na lang ng ball pythons, me personally, na-experience ko na yung dalawang ball pythons ko, sabay talaga silang nag-off feed. I have tried everything. Mag-iisang buwan na, actually more than a month, naka-off feed sila. And once natapos yung summer season, pare sila nag-take and naging normal na ulit yung feeding schedule nila. So, thank God. So, ayun, known na for some species like ball pythons, normal sa kanila mag-fasting. Pero again, err on the word of caution. Di porket sinabi nating normal, hindi mo naaalamin ano yung mga possible reasons kung bakit nag-off feed yung alaga mo. Next, another thing na mas common sa mga adult species ng snakes is yung breeding behavior. Some snakes, especially males might refuse food during breeding season. Medyo mas active kasi sila and restless during breeding season and ipa-prioritize nila yon over eating. Same din sa females, minsan mag-off feed sila if they're trying to build follicles already or they are already gravid. Kaya sa mga reputable breeders, mapapansin nyo talagang they ensure na healthy and ako gamitin yung word na bomba healthy yung weight ng female snake nila kasi alam nila magre-refuse to ng feeding for the entire breeding and brumation process. Breeding season. This is another reason kung bakit hindi lang dapat yung weight yung kinikeep track nyo but also yung feeding behavior nila and body condition. And if may time ka and talagang tutok ka pati yung poops nila. Okay, next reason might be stress from recent environmental changes. Let's break that down. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Kunyari, kabibili mo lang ng snake, inuwi mo sa bahay, tapos pinakain mo agad. Malamang sa malamang hindi magte-take yan unless super patay gutom niya. Kasi syempre, kalilipat lang nila diba? They move too much, galing silang travel, and also they are in a new, unfamiliar place. Hindi pa agad kakain yan. Naghahanap pa yan ng favorite hide niya, magsisettle in pa siya sa bago niyang home, and also it is advisable to leave your pet snake alone at least for the first week pagka bagong kuha mo sa kanya. Kasi para sa atin, it's just a new setup or it's a new pet. Pero put yourself in their shoes for them, para mo silang hinulog sa bagong territory and you're expecting them to eat agad. So with all of that said, let's move on to part 3. Ano pa yung mga possible environmental triggers that can kill a feeding response? Number 1, if gumagamit ka lang naman ng heating, is wrong temperature gradient. Number 2, poor hide security. As much as possible, we want them to have 2 hide, 1 on each end. That is because para mas komportable silang mag-explore and mas may confidence silang tumawid from one end of the enclosure to the other end because the hides will act as their safe space. Pagka feeling nila exposed nila, then they might refuse food. So ensure na yung hide nila is just big enough para maging komportable sila. Next possible reason is yung lighting and disturbance. So kung yung enclosure niya ay nasa area na kung saan medyo maraming foot traffic, for example, sala or hallway, yung constant bright lighting and yung vibration galing sa paa, syempre nakaka-disturb din sa kanila yan. And remember, kailangan binibigyan nyo rin ng maayos na day and night cycle yung mga alaga nyo. Kasama na dyan yung frequent handling, or baka naman malapit yung enclosure nila sa TV speakers or any other areas that can increase stress. Depende din kung yung alaga mo ay nocturnal o gising sa gabi or crepuscular, gising sa madaling araw. It might also work kung i-adjust nyo yung timing ng feeding nila. So next is humidity problems. You should get a hygrometer na nakalagay doon sa enclosure nila para you can check yung temperature and of course yung humidity. If it's too low, baka magkaroon sila ng problema with shedding and dehydration. If it's too high naman, ensure na may proper ventilation. Because if it's too high, that might cause mold issues or mga RI or respiratory infection na tinatawag. So, siguro naman, meron kang water bowl sa loob. And if needed, you can also provide a humid hide. Ang humid hide po, simple lang. Any takeout container, basta kasya sila, butasan nyo lang sa harap, basta may takip, lagyan nyo ng sphagnum or dried moss sa loob, tapos lagyan nyo ng tubig. I have heard na paper towels work as well. Okay, next. Ito naman yung mga prey-related na feeding problems. Una na dyan, mali yung laki ng prey item. Masyadong malaki, possible silang mag-regurgitate. Ang general rule dyan sa pagpapakain ng snakes is kung ano yung pinakamalaki or widest part ng katawan nila, yun lang din yung laki ng prey item mo. To ensure na kaya nilang i-digest and mag-move along sa digestive tract nila nang walang risk ng regurgitation. Next is prey temperature. Lalo na for species ng snakes na nagdedepende sa body heat ng prey item nila katulad na lang ng ball python. So for example, nagpapakain ka ng frozen thawed rat, if hindi mo siya na-thaw ng maayos and medyo malamig pa yung gitna ng katawan niya, possible na hindi yan i-take ng ball python mo. Because basically, you're offering her or him a dead corpse. Ikaw ba gugustuhin mong kumain na yung ulam mo malamig? So, make sure na kung nagpapakain ka man ng frozen thawed is properly thawed all the way yung prey item. Also, never microwave yung frozen thawed item mo kung ayaw mong sumabog sa loob ng microwave mo. Nako, iba pang dahilan dyan is because yung scent, gusto nila kung ano yung amoy ng kusot. Usually, ito yung mga tricks na ginagawa ko eh. Kukunin ko yung daga, whether pre-killed man or frozen thawed, tas ipapahid ko siya dun sa kusot nung nagbe-breed pa ako ng rodents ko. Para lang magkaroon siya ng scent and hopefully mag-taste. So, sometimes that works. Minsan naman, pagka kailangan ko ng added heat, kukuha ko ng hair blower, tututok ko dun sa frozen thawed item para lang bigyan siya ng additional heat. And most of the time, that works for me. Just please kindly ensure na nagpaalam ka sa asawa mo bago gamitin yung hair blower niya. Or better yet, bumili ka ng tig to 200 sa Shopee. May iba naman, may preferred kasi silang type ng rodent. May iba gusto hamster lang. May iba gusto mice lang. Si Lemon gusto mice lang. Ayaw mag-upgrade ng rats. So, kailangan mo talagang libutin. And it also helps kung may mga friends ka sa community na keeper din, na nakakaintindi ng problema mo. Baka may hindi ka pa nakikita na baka makita nila. So, really, your job is to figure it out. Ano yung possible issue and ano yung solution na mabibigay mo. So, ayoko na masyadong humaba tong video, no? Ayoko nang i-discuss kung bakit mahirap pakainin ang wild caught. Dapat alam nyo na yun. Di kayo dapat kumukuha ng wild caught animals. Next, pagtutuunan ko na lang ng pansin, ano yung mga red flags na you should look out for pagka medyo matagal na nagre-refuse ng feeding yung alaga mo. Number 1, syempre, rapid weight loss. Kailangan tinitignan mo yung weight nila. Tinitimbang mo sila kahit hindi sila kumakain. Kasi katulad na lang ng ball python ko, si Malos, kahit isang buwan siya hindi kumain, nagtataka ko bakit dumadagdag pa yung timbang niya. If napapansin mo, pababa ng pababa and rapid, sabihin mabilis bumagsak yung timbang niya, then that's something that you should be alerted with and perhaps might warrant a trip to the vet. Next is kung visible na yung spine niya and meron na siyang mga loose skin. So, ito yung tinatawag natin na super underweight. So, hindi na maganda na body condition ng snake. Bukod sa weight tracking, kailangan mo rin i-check yung body condition ng alaga mo. Next is wheezing. Papansin mo, para siyang hinihika. Possible sign yan ng respiratory infection or RI. Other signs might be bubbles coming from the nose or mouth. Possible sign din ng RI. Others are open mouth breathing, mouth rot, swelling, mites. If hindi nyo alam kung ano yung itsura ng snake mites, maliliit lang yan na bilog or parang paminta, sobrang liliit. If hindi kayo sure kung mites yun, try nyong kunin, tapos pipisain nyo. Parang kuto lang din ng tao. If nakita nyong pumisa, nagkaroon ng dugo, then those are snake mites. I already discussed that in another video kung anong gagawin nyo if ever that is the case. Next, nagregurgitate ba sila or nagsuka? Abnormal ba yung poops nila and urates? Urates, wee-wee. Lethargic ba sila or nangihina? Stargazing or may weird ba sila or unusual behavior? So, yun, if you see any of these signs, please be sure to consult with an exotic vet as soon as you can. Pero ano nga ba yung mga bagay na hindi mo dapat gawin? Unang-una, kung nag-refuse sila, hindi ka dapat daily mag-offer ng food. Kasi minsan, kung nag-refuse na nga sila and everyday you keep on shoving their food sa mukha nila, that might just cause them to refuse more and make matters worse. So, give them time, give them space before trying again. Usually, what I would do is next feeding ko na sila bibigyan if okay naman yung body condition nila. But if not, and I'm really trying to get them up to weight, so mga 3 to 5 days before ako mag-offer ulit. And higit sa lahat, importante, wag kang magpo-force feed agad-agad. Force feeding should be your last resort. Hindi yan kapag ka nataranta ka, nag-refuse siya for the first time and nagpapanik ka, hindi mo alam gagawin. For some reason, nakakita ka ng TikTok or YouTube tutorial paano mag-force feed sa isang ball python, gagawin mo agad. Wag. Kasi force feeding or sometimes assist feeding is something that is very stressful sa ahas and should only be done in cases of emergency. Ideally, under veterinary guidance. Bawas-bawasan mo rin yung handling sessions nyo para medyo mabawasan yung stress niya. And lastly, troubleshoot step by step. So, isa-isa mong gawin ano yung mga diniscuss natin kanina. Kunyari, prey changes or enclosure changes or light changes. Isa-isa mo lang gawin para ma-figure out mo, ma-determine mo ano yung factor na nagkukos ng refusal niya. Kasi kung lahat yun gagawin mo ng isang upuan, hindi mo ma-determine kung ano yung factor na nagkukos nun, diba? So, ayun lang. I hope this video helps you and I hope and pray na kumain na yung alaga mo if in case stressed out ka ngayon dahil sa kanya. And I wish you all the best and kayo ng alaga mo, hoping na kumain na siya for you soon. If may mga iba ka pang katanungan, leave them down below in the comment section and I'll try my best to answer them perhaps in another video. Again, I'm Josh and this is Pitch Exotics. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and share. It really helps out the channel. See you in my next video. Bye-bye!